Welcome everybody back to another episode on the Siege SMP server. That's right, we are back and today is episode 9. It's honestly, for me, it's been a while. I've paid a lot of progress into the arena, as you are going to see today, and obviously the server has been public for the last couple of days, and I'm going to go and show you a couple of progresses on other people's builds, because we have been working very hard to do a little bit of a project on pathways, and we've done actually quite a lot considering the resources we actually have at this point in the world. But yeah, obviously, beginning of the episode, let's get our armor. And that's not going to be very good. It's going to be 3 pieces of leather, maybe 1 gold. Oh, it's 1 chain. Oh, that's not so bad, actually. It's pretty broken. The world's getting slightly laggy now, but I think that's just because we've had the world open for so long. So, there's nothing changed at the skeleton farm. I haven't been working there. So, the reason I started the episode at the skeleton farm was to keep it spoiler-free. So we'll start with obviously the major changes on this side. This has been flattened out for a path to run through. There's also, I think if I'm not mistaken, a little bit of a pond here now as well, yeah. A little bit of a pond there. So let's get into the major changes. Obviously, the spoilers are here already. Like I said, I would do the outer wall on our arena. And that's what I've done. And I kind of got a bit overboard. I've kind of completed a little bit more than I should have done. You can probably see that tree in the background over there. Let's not spoil it too much. So basically, I looked at what the arena originally looked like, and I thought that it needed some more colour. So I've added in these pillars all the way around, and I also changed the design on the front of the door. Now, obviously, it's not the creeper face from the other side. I could have done 2 stairs there instead, but I thought that just the one in the middle just looks nice and different from everything else. So this is where it'll get a little bit different to what you remember. If you remember it at all, because what I've done is I've started to think about and develop how the game's going to work if you do PvE Mob Arena. Because obviously what I'm going to do is have a selector panel of choices of games just so it shuts different things off and doesn't cause lag on the server for other people. So first of all, you'll notice these 2 little exits on the sides here. These are going to be where the reward system is. So obviously these chests will both get dispensed items for when you win. You beat around, and when you beat around, if there's 2 items or more in the chest, these lamps will shine. You can see how really laggy this world is today. Yeah, so these lamps will turn on when it's ready. There's a creeper up there, huh? I don't have a bow to shoot at him, so I should probably best leave him alone. But yeah, this is finally looking much more developed, and I've lighted it up underneath all the way around, because this is where the mobs will be coming through. They'll be filtering around this section, mainly by the 3 doors, just so they can get an idea of what they do. Now, the major changes I made over here as well was the fact that there's auto-locking doors now. So these will bring up the crafting tables to block your entrances, like that. So this is how it'll look when you originally come in. You'll come through the gate, like this. And if you're spectating, you'll probably go on the roof, because I'm going to do something a little bit different with our roof. Like I said, it's going to be a open top roof in the middle, so it's going to have like a dome shape to it, but I want seating, or like rough like a balcony where players can walk around and spectate other people playing the game, but not so much that the skeletons start to burn in the daylight. So obviously when you play this, you'll ask to set the world to nighttime so that you can have a go at the game. We may have like an option to play it in the day, but I guess that would be where we'd circle off the middle section, and that'd be completely different. Could have like a glass tube in the middle or something where players can spectate if we're doing it in the day. But yeah, haven't really done much with the skeletons. They have been a bit of a pain to deal with. I've just been using it as an XP farm recently, and obviously I brought my dogs over as well. So the actual skeleton hole, I've actually lost it. I actually don't know where it is. Is it here? Could have sworn it was here. No? Huh. That here? That looks about right. Yeah, there it is. So there's my skeleton tube at the moment. It's still in the same place it was. And I'll have to remember where that is, so I'll put a torch on it. Yeah, this world's a little bit laggy, but it's playable. So obviously what I've also been working on is this is going to be the main entrance to the place. You'll come through here, and then you will end up going on this side. If you wanted to cut round to different places and different builds, you'll go around to this side. It's not quite finished. I needed a little bit more to do here. So I've started doing these little bits of designs, put some string on the top of these so they don't grow past too high. This one can grow at 3, it's fine. But little sneaky little thing that I did was, if you go down here, there's like a little underground water section you can go through. And you can swim up and go to the other side. Thought that'd be pretty cool for PvPing in areas. I just want to give it different events. I did one of these over at Mark's base, which you will see the next time he's on, I think. Because I think it's about time we show you the progress we've made over there. So obviously, I want to make it so that players can shoot and have fun. So if you're on the roof, you can just get pinged from here. I want to make it expandable up to these staircase here. So this isn't like a ramp up we've done to a bridge. What is going on with this world? I'm watching it lag in front of me. It's ridiculous. Just give me a second and I'll sort out the lag. That seems to have fixed it. Basically, all I've done is just turn the world to peaceful and then back to hard again. So our creeper friend up there is actually gone. Wow, look, lag has returned as soon as I decide to cut back to you guys again. So it obviously wasn't the entities. It's probably just straight up being the world open so long, to be fair. And it needs to be shut down and reopened. So here's a staircase. It's actually 4 wide, but with the side bits, it makes it look like it's 3 wide. It's pretty interesting. It gets you up and down this. You'll be able to see a really nice view from here when the roof goes on. We'll go down here and we'll show you what other people have been up to. You can probably see a little red flag in the distance over there. This is a really, really nice bridge, which, what's his name again? Angry Terrapin. I honestly don't know what the best way to say your name is, so I'll probably just say it like that. So let's have a look at the bridge. You can see it from there like that. Honestly, I really like that. Maybe just change that pillar on the back there where you can see the stone supporting it. Maybe put the pillar straight into the ground. That's the only really thing I can tell. But I really like how this has turned out, though, this pathway. And how he's helped. Look at him. He's just stood there on the mountain. I'll wave to him. Hello. So let's go and have a look at his build then. Because he's been the most active person. And as you can tell, it is pretty stunning, this house. Honestly, I've got to admit, this is one of my favourite builds I've ever seen. I love the way that he's implemented like a castle centre into the middle of it. Now, I'm not sure if this is a tutorial or not. I don't care if it is. Honestly, this looks really, really nice. He's got himself a farm on the side with a little door. He's got himself some, what's that? Is that potatoes? Oh, no, it's potatoes and carrots. So if you kind of have a look around, he's like built this, this waterfall here. This looks so cool. It like flows this way, and if you follow it, it'll take you down to where the a little bit of an ocean. It's like a bit of a lake that we've got. It's probably the biggest amount of water we've got in the world in one place, to be fair. That and just that way, where the ice lake is. I think that's actually through there. So I obviously made a little bench here, and I was just sat here fishing for a little bit while I was just like this, just chilling while he built his house in the background and did his water and his pathways and stuff. Because I'd built the arena, and I was absolutely exhausted. I need to stop, sit down somewhere, and just, oh, fish, nice. But yeah, so this is this build. There is another house on the server somewhere, but I don't think they've completed it yet, so I won't spoil it without their permission. But yeah, so basically, what I wanted to do with the arena is I want to try and see if I can get these skeletons in the right place here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out a massive gap underneath it and basically try and get the water pipe flowing underneath, so then we can kind of see it in the under, like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, if you've ever heard of the Colosseum in Rome, basically underneath that, they had like an undersection where they set up things. They had like the cages, the cells, and sometimes they even flooded their arenas, which was pretty cool. So I want to set it up for like, we've got a base layer that we can work with, which is on this top section here, and then underneath I want all the area where you get to work, and there's like the different sections for setting up. So like you want a different game mode, oh, all the equipment's down here, you just go down a ladder or something and you go and get it. Or maybe like a staircase or a ladder just in there, both sides, symmetrical, comes down to a corridor. Because then it'd be cool, because then what we could do on sometimes is, obviously my main priority for what my build's going to be in the near future is a pirate ship. What it could be doing, we could have 2 little sailboat ships in here, and we could have like a water boat fight on this. You could straight up just change it into like a different biome. that'd be cool, because if there was an open top in the middle, you could have like a jungle tree growing out of it, and that'd be pretty cool. You'd end up fighting out of it. Now, obviously, I am pretty much exhausted from doing all of this today. It's been a long time in the making, so obviously you can actually get on the roof like this at the moment, which is pretty cool. I feel like this reminds me a lot of the minigame world that we had a long time ago. Now, that world has since been replaced. Like, we literally overrid it with the Into the Depths map. Let me just try and grow this tree while I've got the bone meal in my inventory. It's facing the wrong way. Let me just get back on the roof, and we'll have a look at it from there, because what we best do is probably just chop that down and get it back to grow back up. Yeah, it looks like it looks good actually from here, but I feel like the roof is going to get in its way, so maybe what we'll do is we'll just break the leaves that are overhanging, because the roof of this place doesn't actually go beyond this, so that should be fine, because what I'm going to do is get the roof on here. To be honest, looking at this, I feel like it'd be a cool idea, but I feel like you might also be in the way at the same time, is if you use these as like spectating platforms, and when we'll see what we can do is just make it so that players can go invisible or something if players are in the arena. You take turns. It's like, how many rounds can you survive sort of thing. Because I feel like what it could be cool to do is just we could have like a section of ruins. We could have like, let's just try and build something roughly like this. And we could just, you could have like a shootout point here. You can hide behind it from skeletons. Because the skeletons are going to come out from the 3 doorways here, 1, 2, and 3. So you probably get pinned against this door. It's not going to be too many skeletons, because what it'll take is somebody to manage the game underneath, because when the game activates, you'll have somebody playing in it, and then underneath the layer of whatever you get down, basically, is going to be, there'll be somebody underneath controlling the skeletons. Like, there's going to be like a tunnel from the skeletons. Instead of going up and down that all the time, the access point to the skeletons will be under the arena, with a nice staircase that goes down and stuff. I think, if I'm doing this correctly, the staircase would have to flow that way towards the skeletons, because of where that is. There's 1 skeleton farm, 1, 2, 3, and it'll actually be on the opposite one, which we've previously discussed as being the staircase, if I'm not mistaken. Because no, it'll be on the same one we've discussed, because if you think about it, the ladder going down, the killing chamber's that side, and then we want the staircase over there. I think that would work, because we'd line it up, obviously, and we'll just take it like a dig through, and we can see where it was. But yeah, I need to do a lot of terraforming around this place here, on these mountains and stuff. And if you're wondering where I got all the dirt from to do this, oh, I can't even get out there. Actually, let's just dig our way out, because I'm going to need a secondary exit on the back anyway. I was kind of using under this hill here as like a quarry for dirt, so I could make the area flat. So as you'll probably see, it's very stony, and that wasn't a cave originally, that was just dirt. So it was pretty cool that was all there. But yeah, I hope this arena is done in the near future, because it really excites me. I really love the way it looks, though. I'm really happy how it's turned out. Even though it's just copying something from, like, when I built it previously, I feel like just looking at this now, it came out so much better than I anticipated. I'm really happy with it, especially putting in that stone so that you can walk around it. I feel like maybe what I'll do is I'll make a walkway up here. I'll raise this up by a couple of blocks and put like a glass, like, have I got glass? No. Oh, I do have some glass, but it's black. What I feel like is if I'd have like a section where you could watch from here, you pretty much would have to walk around to see them playing it. Now, the skeletons wouldn't be able to shoot you, because I would probably put like a protective, well, they probably wouldn't track you from there anyway, to be fair. They would probably trap the player down below. Unless there was one like stood over there just pinging you up here, but then you would obviously just hide around like a corner or something, just back up. But yeah, I think that's what I might do here is this is how it's going to work then. This is what I've finally decided. I'm going to raise it up. I'm going to make this into a walkway, which players can walk around that are not participating in. And then we're going to have the roof slightly higher, so it'd be too high here. So you may not even be able to walk under this. It might just be there for show. Because then the roof will slant nicely. And then at least the main spectating areas will be on the like the side sections, like the corner bits here, and then on the obviously the bits above the doors. The bits above the doors, you'll be able to hear the skeletons. I feel that'd be cool, because I think it'd give you an atmosphere if you could see players watching you as you were inside the arena. Especially if you were hiding and they're all like... Then there's like all of a sudden you get through a certain amount of rounds and all of a sudden the players at the top get to equip their own bows and arrows and get to ping you once. Like they get 1 arrow maybe. Just coming up with different mini games, because I feel like what we could do is, if we really wanted to set something up that was cool, is have staircases. The skeletons obviously come up dead center, like just off center here. What we could do is, if we were going to do a PvP game, is you have these 2 grass blocks here. They get raised up. Let's just put that grass. So they would be raised up to here and here. Oh, it depends what side the skeletons would come on, to be fair, because then there'd be a staircase which curves up on the inside all the way onto the roof. I feel like that would be a nice way to get up onto the roof without, like, doing this parkour jumping that I'm doing at the moment. Because I feel like... Let me go and get some wood, and I'll be back with you. I might actually... Well, everybody, this is going to be wrapping up the episode here. I do hope you've all enjoyed this episode of the Siege SMP server. This is me really kind of just discussing and talking about people's builds, like the house down there, which is absolutely amazing. Showing off the progress on the arena, which we've made actually a lot of progress. And obviously, now we've actually made a couple of adjustments to it. We've added in these ladders that you can get up and down with. And I feel like that's cool, because the spectators can get in and then shut the doors, so the participants can't hide. And I feel like maybe, instead of these, it might be better to do trapdoors or something, but... I don't know, because the middle one would be the thing that would be the problem. But anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed this episode of the Siege SMP server, and I will see you guys all again in the next one. Bye-bye. This game is so easy. I feel like I've beaten this game now.